Hey guys, welcome back to another video of random shit that pops into my head. Today I want to share this idea that I actually got from a book. The book is Hell Yes or No by Derek Sivers, and it was just this one little section where he was talking about like how to know what you want. And the way he described it, it was just like so simple and made so much sense, and I don't know, the light bulb just really went off in my head when I was reading this. And if you're anything like me and you get really confused about what you want, like if you're somebody who maybe you have a lot of passions and interests, maybe you just have so many possibilities of things that you could do in life and that you want to do in life, but you don't know like what to actually focus on, like what one should you actually be putting the time and energy into, like, or you're just like confused, like, I don't even know what I like. I don't know what I want in life. I don't know what to do. I just don't know. Like everybody else seems like they've figured out their passion, or they're all like working towards something that they really care about, whereas I just have no idea. If any of those thoughts have gone through your head, then hopefully this idea will maybe help you. It certainly did for me. And basically, if you want to know what you want, this is what Derek says: look at what you're already doing. That's it. So like, just to give an example, if you've had something on your to-do list for like months or even years, maybe some project that you always say like, oh, I'll get around to that. Whereas maybe in the meantime, you haven't been making any progress on that project, but maybe you've done other things in the meantime. For example, like, let's say on your to-do list for months, you've had find a Spanish tutor and start studying Spanish. Maybe that's been on your to-do list and you keep not doing it, you keep pushing it off. But maybe in the meantime, you started taking a dance class. Maybe you started taking salsa lessons and you just happen to do salsa every week, and you haven't even really thought about that as something that you want because it's just something that you like and you just started doing it. Well, he basically says like, just pay attention to what you're actually doing. Pay attention to the things that you're making time for. Like in that case, if you're doing salsa lessons and you're loving it, that's a little more guidance towards, that's like more indication of what you want and what you like and what you enjoy. And maybe another way to look at it is like, what is it about the salsa lessons that you like? Like maybe this points you towards like, oh, well, I love like getting out of my house and moving my body and being around people and listening to music. Whereas maybe sitting at home studying Spanish doesn't light you up as much. So I thought this was really interesting when I first read this point he made in the book, and it just really, really resonated with me because, just to give an example, like, I mean, I have quite a few things on my to-do list that have been there for like years, not even months, like years, that I just haven't made any progress on. And like, I'm really quick to kick myself and be like, oh my God, I'm just procrastinating. I'm just being, like whatever. Speaking of which, check out my last video if you want to stop labeling yourself like a procrastinator or lazy or any of those things, because I said in my last video how it all just comes down to your habits, which is another way to look at this. But anyway, I just want to say that I had things on my to-do list that I was not making any time for, but then when I actually thought about it, I realized that there were all these other things I have been doing in the meantime that aren't that other thing, but there's still real projects. There's still things that are worthy of my time. So it's like, maybe sometimes we have ideas in our heads of what we should want or what we think we want, but then when it comes down to it, maybe we don't actually want those things, because wouldn't we already kind of be putting some time towards them if we actually wanted them? Like, I can give you a specific example right now. So I have another YouTube channel, which I've been posting videos on there for like years, since 2019. And I did really enjoy making videos, but it was very much more focused on like travel and things like that. But within the last year, I got really kind of bored with those kinds of videos because I don't love the direction I started going into, like just collecting a lot of content when I'm traveling and then editing it and just posting like travel vlogs. Like it just doesn't light me up. But I always think in my head, like, I should be interested in that because it's like, it's fun content. It's doing something interesting. Like, other people seem to enjoy it, you know, like I have more followers on that channel. It's not like I have a huge following or anything, but still, like, that content, I can look at it objectively and be like, that's probably a lot more interesting to people than me sitting in my bedroom talking to a camera about random stuff that pops into my head. But I had on my to-do list for so long, like, edit this video, like a specific travel video. It was on my to-do list for months and months. And then like almost a whole year went by before I finally was like, Natalie, you need to just sit down and edit this video and post it. And like, I finally sat down. I took hours and hours editing this video, and I finally posted it like almost a year later. This isn't a great example because the video did well and it's like one of my best performing videos. And I mean, that just goes to show that sometimes when you force yourself to do something you don't want to do, like maybe it could pay off. So that's another direction you could take this in. But I look at it as like, I felt like I should want that, but it's not sustainable. If I were to keep forcing myself to do something that I don't enjoy, what are the chances of success if I don't actually enjoy doing it? If it took me almost a year to edit one video, then how could I ever keep going with that? Whereas with this, like just sitting down and talking to the camera, like I love making these videos. And this doesn't mean like I'm trying to turn this into some big thing. It's just that this is showing me like what I actually want, what I actually enjoy. It's like, because I always think like, oh, do I want to just like make these travel videos, or do I want to like do this other stuff? It's like, well, if I really wanted to make these travel videos or whatever, I probably would already be doing it. So that's the whole point of this. That's Derek's point when he's like, if you want to know what you want, look at what you're doing. Because the chances are you're probably already doing things that you enjoy. And maybe you're just not thinking of it as like a worthy thing to be doing or something. Like, just to give another example, I was talking about salsa classes. I took some dance classes last month and I was loving it. Whereas I have some other little things on my to-do list that I haven't done. And this isn't like an excuse for like laziness or procrastination or whatever, but I think you know the difference. You know, like I think you know when there's something on your list that you kind of know, okay, I need to get this done, and you're just procrastinating it, that's different. But what we're talking about here is like genuine, what do I want? Like, if that's what you're trying to figure out, like, what do I actually want? Then look at what you're already doing, look at what you're already making time for, and hopefully that'll start kind of pointing you in the right direction. So that's it for this video. I hope it was helpful. I found this idea helpful when I read it in his book. And yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I would love to hear it as always. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.